Well, well, well. Europa League champions, eh? Where do we start? I mean, this probably one of the best nights I've had as a football fan supporting Villa. Up there with the playoff final, which is wild. Finally winning a trophy in my lifetime. That's great. Well, a major trophy. The playoff doesn't really count too much. It's a trophy, but it's not major. It's more about just getting to the Premier League than the actual trophy. It's like Champions League qualification in a way, but not really. You get my point. The big thing is getting there. It's not about winning the trophy, it's about what the trophy gets you. And I mean, I think we started right back at the playoffs. Well, I'll start off in the Championship actually. I had a season ticket there for a few years. And going all like away to like Sheffield. No, we were going to Villa Park to watch like Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley. I mean, I think I remember Barnsley was on 9. There was one match. I think it was Barnsley when I was genuinely sick. So that's not great. Standing there in the winter, freezing cold. Watch this like 3-2, 3-2-0, whatever. To Championship, even like League One now, level teams. I did see some wild games. Like, I always remember the 5-5 in Nottingham Forest, which is wild considering we had to play them in the lead up to this trophy. So I could see how far teams have come. But I mean, I was there for the playoff final. I actually went to Wembley. I didn't go to this one in Istanbul because, have you seen how much it costs to go to Istanbul? And you gotta have a season ticket there. Gotta go to the European matches, which we don't have time to do anymore. Sadly, it costs so much more now. But back in the Championship, it was a bit cheaper. And then, of course, I had to go to the playoff final. And that was probably one of the most nervy games I've ever been at. 2-1 for like most of it. And then relief the final whistle going up. I mean, the team changed a lot since then. I've still got John McGinn though, and Tammy Abraham's come back. But anyway, we stayed in the Premier League that season, thanks to the good run at the end and that result against West Ham. And I think it was that season with the Sheffield United goal line failure. That doesn't matter. Other things would have gone differently, I believe. Maybe we'll still stayed up, who knows? It's sport. But anyway, we stayed in there, so Jack Grealish. And then, you got Ian Emery in, we were like 1 point away from relegation zone. Changed my life, that man is. But anyway, Champions League, Conference League, we had some inexperience, we learned some lessons. That night against PSG, still probably one of the best European games. Just because even though we didn't win the leg, we won the game. And, PSG won the best team in Europe. Actually the best right now, I would say. So beating them in any capacity, So, I mean, I've got the final up here, but let's actually start. I mean, we can look at the draw. So if we look at the draw here, we start right back here. We finished second in the group after a pretty hard-fought group. We won most of our games. I think we lost to Go Ahead Eagles. Good teams where you lose to like a little one here and there. And of course we had that final 3-2 against Red Bull. Was it Salzburg? It was one of the two. Which, a huge match that got us home second legs, which were massive. The first game, 1-0 against Lille. I mean, I don't really remember this game too much. It's pretty boring. We got 1 goal away. I mean, away from home, you just want to try to get a draw. Any lead is just an advantage. Pretty even game. But I'd say I maybe got away with a win now. I don't remember this one too much a while ago. But, got a win when it mattered. 2-0 at home. Bit nervy up to this point, but we got the job done pretty well at home. It's just something you notice, which is why I said the second home leg is so important. Because getting the second leg means that anything that happened in the first leg, we could turn around to Villa Park. And, we aren't bad enough to lose too badly away from home. So after them 2 games, we had Bologna, which again, for the first leg, I know it doesn't really show it here, but for the first half, Bologna were all over us. They deserved at least a goal in the first half. But we got one in right before half time, and then we got another one in the second half of half time. So yeah. And then they did get one in the 90th minute, which made it look like they might have some hope in the second leg. But then they concede a third goal, which is just... I mean, the Bologna were awful at corners in the first and second leg. It's like one of the biggest weaknesses in Europe for the other teams. Like, Premier League is so good at corners, mainly because teams like Arsenal, top 6 teams, like one team becomes good at corners, everyone else starts to become good at corners. And the Premier League just go to them. I mean, this was literally in the last second of the game, and it just fell to Watkins just right there. And it was just the goal in front of him, and he bowled it in, which is still a hard job, but, you know, that gave us some real good confidence, and it probably hurt Bologna a lot, because now they have to score 2 goals. Second leg was not even a contest. Like, I mean, you just look at this, we were all over them first half. Watkins scored an early goal just to ease the nerves. Rogers did miss a penalty, but then I think they switched off because, you know, the goalkeeper made such a good save. And, oh, look, we've got some hope. And then they concede directly from the next corner, which is unfortunate, you know. It's not great. I think it was a throw-in, actually. Yeah, it was a throw-in. They conceded right from it. And the goalkeeper is mad. You watch the highlight and he just starts thumping the ground. It reminds me of, like, Ryers thumping after Villa beat them 2-1 at home in the last minute. And then Rogers just scored a really nice third, where I think the goalkeeper should have done better. Second half was just cruise control. Just nothing really happened. I think this was literally the only thing that happened in the second half was Konza getting that goal in the final minute. Which is just... yeah, it didn't really mean much, but it's just nice. So he won that overall 7-1. Now this Nottingham Forest is probably the most nervous I've ever been for 2 games. Because Nottingham Forest were in good form here. I don't know, if I click on their team, I can show you. Look at their results, if it loads. Yeah, look at this form before. Like win, unbeaten in about... how many games is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it was 8 before the first leg and then 10 into the second leg. Like, this team was on fire. So, yeah. I mean, 1-0. I mean, it could have been 0-0, really. Gave away didn't go away a stupid penalty for a stupid handball. Because it's like, why do all the players do that? They always, like, lift up the balls, like, calling for the ref when something happens. Like, they'll see it, mate. Don't you worry. But yeah, I think it's just like instinct. Like, yeah. Stupid penalty to give away. Apart from that, it was a pretty even game. But it still made me incredibly nervous. Just because, especially a lot of like posting about all the Nottingham Forest celebrating in the first leg. Yeah. But then the second leg was just... this is like probably one of the best performances of the season. Because they just turned up the atmosphere and everything was there. And I mean, this first goal was so important. To be honest, in the first leg, like first half, Nottingham Forest had nothing going on, all over them. Like, I think that Nottingham Forest having a lead in the first leg didn't really help them, because they went into this game with the mindset of defending the goal, which didn't work because they conceded in the 36th minute. Lovely finish, lovely work by Bendia, and then it's just a straight in, like right at the front post goal. Yeah, and then they make a substitution here. Like, Nottingham Forest do something weird with their formation. I think they go like 3 at the back and try to push up to get the goals, which then leaves them directly open on the left wing. Yeah, the left wing. And there's just no space there. Fine work field, McGinn just in 8 of the space and he just slots it in. And then literally the same thing happens again 3 minutes later and it's game over for them. Like, nervous for this game is an understatement. But yeah. Good win, and this, you know, it made me believe, because like a performance like this, you know, you can do that. You can beat anyone in the world on a good day. And then I think I'm going to go quickly to the Premier League. I wasn't really focusing on the Premier League too much. We had some bad results during this period, which this Tottenham result made me quite nervous. I know it doesn't look too bad, 1-2, but we did not deserve a goal. That was our first shot on target in the 90th minute. This made me so nervous, but I think just all the players had all their eyes on this game. They wanted to win, and they did. Then we had to draw against Burnley, which was a bit of a weird game, just nothing going. And then this Liverpool game was incredibly important because this got us Champions League qualification, and it was a really strong performance. Again, you know, it makes you believe. Like, 4-2 doesn't really show it. They like had 2 goals from set pieces because Van Dijk's tall. But these were some really nice goals. We could have had more, to be honest. But yeah, Champions League qualification made us a lot less nervous because it meant we had Champions League with or without winning. And let's just get to the final now. Which, oh my god. Last night, best night up there. I was watching this on TV, of course, and I was nervous. I remember my leg was genuinely shaking. Yeah. But it was shaking up until we got this first goal, which was lovely. Again, a corner set piece routine, which again also happened in the Liverpool game. We scored from a lovely set piece for this second goal, I believe. No, it was the first goal. Yeah, it was the first goal. Lovely set piece. And I mean, yeah. I bring this up because there's a lot of comparisons between the Liverpool game and Freiburg one. So yeah, this first goal from a corner was so important. And I think it was corner, pass it to them. Tillmans is in acres of space. Rodgers does a perfect floated cross, and he just boots into the back of the net. And yeah, celebrated that one hard. And then this Buendia goal was fabulous. And this is the comparison I want to make. It's so similar to this McGinn goal here. They just give him far too much space. Buendia had so much time to just turn and shoot. They do try to shut him down, but it's too late, and it's a brilliant finish. These are both great goals. Freiburg are sort of unlucky, but you can't be affording high-level players the opportunity to even do this, especially from Bangers FC when we scored a lot of these goals early in the season. And then finally, Rodgers gets this one. Pretty unimpressive compared to the rest. It's just just a nice tap in at the post. Nice cardy finish. Buendia had a chance to make it 4. Didn't really matter too much. But he did. That was sort of a bad miss, mildly. But yeah, main thing I want to know is that Freiburg, for their chances, I would say they had 2 major chances I can remember. First one was from, actually I had a few. Let me think. I think the major one was the one where they flashed it right across the face of the goal, but no one was there, because that could have gone in if they just had one player there. They had a few chances from set pieces, but I think the biggest chance they had was one where Martina had to make a good save. Yeah, it was the one where they were on the edge of the box, shot it, and it was a very comfortable save. And then the other big chance I would say was the one from a corner where it was actually offside, but Martinez made another good save. But yeah, for this last stretch, it was never really in doubt. I mean, match momentum, but Freiburg had a lot of the possession, but they just couldn't do anything with it. I mean, look at the XG. Yeah, it's sort of a very one-sided final. It's no fairy tale story, but it's really just good for us to win trophy. So yeah, I mean, consider that Man United game last season where we lost out on Champions League football. I mean, it's actually a good thing now because we actually managed to win a trophy. Even though we didn't get Champions League money, you made a memory that lasts forever. Right, until you die. Unlucky. But yeah, Champions League football again next season. You never know, stuff can happen. Emery has now won with Villa teams. We're in 5 now. Couldn't win with Arsenal, but happened. But yeah, such a good thing. I have seen a lot of people, detractors, say too easy to tournament. Your hardest games were little beyond Bologna. Your hardest game was Nottingham Forest. How can you celebrate it? But you've still got to beat these teams, and it's not easy for anyone. I mean, look at Freiburg's side of the bracket. I mean, Freiburg do look kind of scary, but yeah, they never had to play a Premier League team, to be fair. But they did have some tight results, but yeah. And you know what? No one deserves it more than the players, especially John McGinn, who's been there for years, the captain. They all deserve it. And what if not the biggest trophy you can win? European Cup's always bigger. It's massive for our club. Hasn't won anything in I think it goes 40 years or something. Massive.